There are a lot of things to learn if you're a first-time bike buyer, but we're here to help.
Yeah, budget bikes, budget models.
Steve Wentz, Brad Howell, and I rallied these budget-friendly bikes near Boise, Idaho, putting them into situations we thought were fair for anyone serious about riding a mountain bike. Our test reveals bike performance highlights, pros and cons of each bike, what kind of rider and terrain the bike is suited for, and what we might upgrade if we had an extra $200 to spend.
Hey Vital MTB, this is Cheap Trail Bike Test Sessions. I'm Brad Howell, and we're walking up in the Golden Kind Light Bro with our GoPros on gimbals and super slow-mo.
Is it just us, or has Norco been on a tear lately with their bikes? We loved the Norco Fluid FS 129er last year, and since then we've been loving their new optic and sight. When the Fluid FS3 arrived, we had high expectations for the affordable Canadian steed. The Fluid is a 120mm travel frame that uses an X-Fusion O2R shock, mated to a 130mm travel SR Suntour XCR 34 air fork. The dependable SRAM SX Eagle drivetrain is present, and TransX supplies the 130mm dropper seat post for the Norco. Tektro HD-M275 brakes are in charge of slowing down the Fluid's massive 29 by 2.6 inch Goodyear Escape tires. For just $1,799, the Fluid has some solid parts with a great looking frame. With tires that dwarfed all others in the test, we went softer with tire pressure, but not full-on lunar rover sagginess. The one component that we could not get under control was the brakes.
Taking the biggest hill we can find and seeing if they can be marginally better at the end. After multiple days of riding, they're still not bedded in, so last chance.
From beginning to the bitter end, the Tektro brakes were inept at stopping the Fluid FS3. The same experience we had with the Tektros aboard the GT and its lighter weight 2.2-inch tires was compounded on the Norco with its bigger, heavier tires. The Fluid FS3 is the continuation of the all-around trail ride experience with those big tires. They provide cackle-worthy cornering control. Our medium bike had a 440mm reach, 66.5 degree head angle, and 429mm rear center. It was a balanced ride, highlighted by an awesome ability to climb nearly anything. The overall feel of the Norco had us wanting to plow any and every obstacle the trail dared put in our way. This was the antithesis of the pop-and-play nature of the giant stance. While the massive Goodyears do monster truck the rocks, they can only do so much to mask the rather harsh suspension. Big rotational forces can impact or even overpower suspension component performance, and at this price point, it's always a game of give and take. The Norco could have been a frontrunner, a monster on the descents, a billy goat on the climbs, had it not been for the Tektro brakes. We put them through every test, gave them every chance, but at best, all they could do was slow the bike down somewhat.
Any improvement?
Slightly better, but like the rear sucks. It's super spongy. I don't know if that's like a bleed that's not perfect, but this is how it came. This is how most people would get it. And then the front, like gripping hard, it's not even close to stopping well.
In a game of Would You Rather, we wondered if we'd rather have rim brakes instead, which is a bummer because the FS3 carries the spirit of the awesome $2,800 FS1. It has glimmers of greatness offered by a solid chassis, but that sheen is dulled by inefficient suspension and incompetent brakes. We aren't writing this one off completely. For our $200, we could install some larger rotors or even a set of Shimano's MT501 brakes to get this promising rig back on track. If you live in a place with rocks and loose over hard pack conditions, the Fluid might be your trail tamer with traction to spare.